Hello everybody, welcome to Schooled Stadium in Geelong. Tim Watson with me. Tim, it's the Cats and the Cats.
So we're set to go. Vital game, particularly for the Kangaroos. I know Geelong would love to win it too, but the Kangaroos to stay in touch. Opening bounce, and a good one. Missed by both ruckmen. Take Glory. Simpson taken high. He'll get the free kick. Advantage is paid. Harris is away. Some indecision as he scuttles down towards half forward, then scrambles a kick inside the forward 50. Loose ball, the first gamer Adams. Hand passes over the top. Deep in the pocket. Harvey. What a wonderful kick with the outside of the boot.
Well, that's a great start. You go on the road like this. One of the things you do want to do early in the game is make sure that the crowd can't influence the outcome. If they get on a great start, the Cats, they can often score heavily in the first quarter. Good touch there by Adams. That's his first touch in AFL football. That was an intelligent handball over to Harvey. He's been their chief goal kicker this year. That's 11 goals for the season, and he's going to be a handful up forward again today.
So Harvey with a goal in each of the 5 matches so far this season. And what about Lee Adams? First touch, a handball to Harvey, a goal. So the Kangaroos get the flying start. You do feel that they have to be in front to win early in this match. But both these teams have been very good first quarter sides so far this year. Stokes' handball didn't get far. Pratt out wide. Now McIntosh has to search for it. Found his feet pretty well. Ferrito to Gibson to Ferrito. The old back turn was okay. It stretches, whirls a bit. Back inboard to Chapman, to Kelly, to Ling. And Ling's got Ablett loose at half forward. Can he get away from Archer? Does he take him on? He teases him a bit and goes to his brother, who goes back to Gary, who gives it all he's got. And it won't make it. It's going to be a contested mark, and Mooney's taken it.
Now, Bruce, I can tell you that Gary Ablett was flattened behind the play. 3 trainers out to him. They go back now because he just got to his feet and the ball found him. Didn't see exactly what happened.
Looking to give off Mooney. He's the leading goal kicker of the club so far this year, but only 1 goal in the last 2 weeks. But he's matched Harvey.
He's going to be a handful for Josh Gibson this afternoon. If Gibson stays with him, he's undersized to play on Cam Mooney. Frito, actually, there must have been a bit of a mix-up there when the play was coming forward, because Frito's now gone to Mooney. He's probably got the strength. He won't have the height. If they can isolate those forward contests, they're going to have a busy afternoon, the Roos defenders, because one-on-one, they're undersized, the 3 key defenders back there. Petrie's forward.
Down to the boundary, and David Schwartz.
And it happened right in front of me. Glenn Archer and Gary Ablett went at each other, and Archer just threw a couple of almost like a double face slap, and Gary Ablett went down.
A double face slap. Okay. Simpson claimed by King. That was a face slap as well on Harris. Ling, Corey touched off the boot, wanders out towards right half forward. In front, Milburn. King in the grasp. Moves it about 25 metres to the 50. Chapman lays it off. Corey pulls it back over the head of Hawkins. Somehow Hawkins leads back in the race. Stokes on the angle. Taken down in a very strong tackle. Is it holding the ball? No. Good umpire McLaren. Well done by Watt.
Bomber Thompson's elected to send Cameron Ling to Wells. That's going to be an interesting matchup as the afternoon unfolds.
Virtually a vacant square. Flicked down towards Ablett by King. Claimed. Down goes Simpson. Let the ball go. Nathan Ablett tries to move it to Kelly. Gibson taken down by Kelly. Crowdwood holding the ball. And after the publicity overnight, the umpire's under more pressure this afternoon.
Yes, that match at the Melbourne Cricket Ground yesterday. There's the bench. Sinclair starting on the bench for the Kangaroos. Well, King and McIntosh didn't get near it. Simpson, who has a very good record against Geelong. Harris's handball. McIntosh, more touches than any other ruckman coming into this round so far this season. Egan, terrific. He's a courageous footballer. Bartel Lovely pass to Chapman. You reckon Chapman will be important on a day like today? He's such a great warrior. Johnson takes a long time. Petrie puts some pressure. Mackie from centre wing loads up to full forward. Nathan Ablett. Well done though by Pratt at the back. Pratt to Ferrito to Simpson, and Harvey gets it out wide.
Right on the boundary line. A goal apiece. Both of them gems. The first from this man. And Mooney responded in kind. The kick too tall for the lead. As a result, Ling pops it towards the pocket. Could have been hands in the back. It was. Ablett gets the free kick, which is timely. Let's go back to David Schwartz. And Dave, you talked about Archer on this man Ablett. A couple of face slaps. Anything to fear at the tribunal, do you think?
No, I don't think it will. It was almost Macho Man Randy Savage-like. It was a little bit of put on by Gary Ablett, but it was there. It was just, I think, a little bit of friendly fire, just to let Gary Ablett know that he will be watched here this afternoon.
That was definitely a free kick too. They're rotating their forwards. Geelong Bomber Thompson had Ablett then in the goal square. They like that matchup. Mooney's been taking his direct opponent Ferrito to the goal square too. They're going to keep the North Melbourne defence, the Kangaroo defence, guessing.
Macho Man Randy Savage. There's a name to trifle with. In comes Ablett. Kicks and he misses. Unfortunately for Ablett, he was tended to by two rather rotund trainers, as distinct from Miss Veronica.
Oh, you've lost me, but WWF, is it?
Used to be when Randy was about.
Petrie stud in the goal square too for the Kangaroos today, which is unusual. He normally plays as a key defender.
Archer's long ball. Ferrito busy early. So Simpson, Harris, Rawlings. Back to Simpson. High ball to centre wing. Geelong have got the numbers, but Brown did well in the contest there. And then Ferrito pushed in the back.
Let him up now. Right on it. Thanks, Joel.
He's been busy early. Had the job on Jonathan Brown last week. Harvey. Johnson, free kick.
Kangaroos. No, against him. You got him around the neck.
Almost played him as a centre-half forward then, Brent Harvey. Started inside the 50. The two big guys didn't move out of the goal square. He just pushed up to present himself.
In the old days, Tim, you'd run around Johnson on the mark, but I don't know if he'll do it.
Stay in that line, please. That's where you
He's
are.
outside his range already.
He's going to give it everything he's got. He's kicked it very, very well. He's got two.
Timmy.
Can I have that back?
But did you notice neither Dennis or I disagree with you at the time?
No, you didn't have time to disagree with. That was a wonderful kick, well outside. There it is. It's just Johnson. Just get him in a stranglehold then. And that's an interesting move, the way that Harvey was playing up around centre-half forward. Then they had Adams and Harvey across centre-half forward. The two big guys, Petrie and also Edwards, stayed in the goal square. And it was Brown that went right up high.
Touch me behind, right? Come on.
Seen a few games of footy up here. Famous face. Took them to their only premiership, well, their most recent premiership since the war, the only one. The outside of the boot from Grant. Chapman emerges with the football, drives it deep into attack. Going back is Archer. Takes the clever mark. Across the ground, Sinclair, who started on the bench, sporting a new hairstyle, kicks it right to the wing. Brown was pushed in the back. He's going to get the free kick.
Yep, definitely a free kick.
And just going back to that last miss by Harvey and the fact that Tim said it was beyond his range as the kick goes inside the forward 50 and thumped towards the boundary line by Enright. To even the ledger, Lee Brown's football idol was Tim Watson growing up. Not sure that does it. Here's Johnson in trouble, slips it away under real pressure now. The Cats, it was self-induced. It's not coming out. And the umpire decides he had no chance at all. Well, he wasn't trying too hard. The hands just came away from the football.
As a hot handball then to Wojcinski. You just hold your breath there. You're not quite sure what the umpire's going to do when he blows his whistle in a situation like that.
A lot of players around the footy, and it spills out of bounds.
Ox, what about some of the matchups?
Yeah, Nathan Ablett's being picked up by Josh Gibson. Watch out for that one. Gary Ablett, Daniel Pratt is picking him up. And Tom Hawkins is being picked up by Shannon Watt. And I will say, Tom Hawkins has got the biggest pair of shorts on I've ever seen.
Do you reckon you'd fit into the Ox at King? You can answer that later. King, Kelly, high on him originally from Campbell.
No chance.
He'd fit one leg in.
What do you reckon, Ox? Your size?
Probably a couple. No, I think they'd be still a little bit tight on myself.
I keep thinking, Ox. I'm more confused than I was, Dennis. Bartell's kicked to almost to the centre. Archer, Milburn. Now there's a good matchup. Milburn and Archer.
He can drag it in, let him go. Let him go.
There's another good matchup there too. Casey Green's picking up Chapman, and Chapman's not happy with the attention he's receiving.
McIntosh lays it down. Simpson gets a half a kick. Campbell clever. Adams, good start. Second handball good to Archer. Archer to Green. Can he straighten up? Left foot. Sprayed it.
That's where Chapman has to tighten up, Bruce. He's been opposed to Casey Green. On that occasion, Green got away from him, about 30 metres on him when the ball turned over.
Here's our man Jimmy Patel in the back pocket. Looking towards a lead from Chapman. Doesn't quite get it there. Chapman quickly to his feet. In trouble, taken down, sandwiched, and the umpire will ball it up.
Barely took a step.
Problem for Green with that last shot was the footing.
Thanks, Paul.
Seemed to give under him as he tried to get on that left foot. Throw up right on the 50. McIntosh knocks it down. Grew up barracking the Cats. Quite a few of these Kangaroos did, as a matter of fact. Brent Harvey the same. As the bench warms up for Geelong. Boundary throw in just inside the 50. Good view of it. King knocks it down. Sliding in with Wojcinski. Wrestling with him is Rawlings. What a good player he's become, Rawlings. Two best and fairest in the last 3 seasons, including last year. That hurt. Oof. Knights of Columbus, that hurt. There goes the kick from Wells. Bounces it down towards the pocket. Egan goes back with Brown.
I think Dean Lately will be really happy with the way the game's going at the moment. They've been able to bottle Geelong up. They get enormous run from their back line. They've been able to stifle them there. And there's been a lot of congested play.
So Petrie lays it down. Wojcinski read it best to Bartell, who had Ling on the boundary line.
Archer's dropped off now. He's a free player across half-back.
Scott McLaren, Simon Meredith and Damien Sully, our men today in control.
As long as you're not grabbing arms, mate, we'll be right.
King. G. Simpson read that so well to Harvey, who's had a wonderful opening, and that's a beautiful kick to Wells.
No, nothing in it.
He's getting some touches on Ling.
And Wells' slow kick was always going to set Rawlings up. In the end, the only chance they had was a free kick. Johnson to Corey. King under the pump, and he's put Enright under the pump, and now Rawlings squeezes one. Edwards front spot. Well done, Scarlett at the back. He had to be good, and he was, and gets it to Wojcinski.
Wojcinski looking for Ling, who had the misfortune to slip over. Well done, Chapman. Very slick. Ling was taken high. He gets the free kick, plays on to Chapman. Forward of half-back, sends a very high ball down towards half-forward. Ablett was that hands in the back, not according to the umpire. Archer tried to find a way through. Varco in the opposite direction. Surely, Burrito was manhandled and will get the free.
With Archer back there, free across half-back, they can't bomb the ball forward like that, Geelong. They've got to be more patient. They've got to hit up a player, just hang on to the ball in the midfield, or send someone forward so that Archer's not that free player.
Pratt at centre half-back.
Hasn't got enough blood.
Heard the umpire. He drives it out towards the wing. Brown is the target. Up he goes. Juggles it. Couldn't complete the mark. Takes Johnson down heavily. And that ball has no chance of coming out of there. So bounce on the wing under partly cloudy skies. And the Kangaroos playing with a lot of energy right now. They lead by 6 points. Simpson loves that role of third man up. It cost him dearly that time. He ran into King, and he's hurt. Rawlings inside the 50. Jones hands to it. Harvey lurking behind. Can he kick his third? Yes, he can. 3 goals in the opening term.
Well, he's a wonderful player, Brent Harvey. As we see Adam Simpson there just getting himself. One of the most extraordinary things there at that stop play on centre wing. Here it is. Simpson's going to be the third man up. He just runs straight into King. There were 3 Kangaroo players at that stop play, and just 2 of the Geelong players, they all went defensively with their direct opponents, so they outnumbered the opposition. And then Harvey, who's just a master at being able to swoop on a loose ball.
Well, we saw Richard Tamlin kick 4 goals in the opening term yesterday. Brent Harvey with 3. There's Simpson just recovering after the third man up.
Just watch this again. The third man up just crashes straight into the elbow of Stephen King, right in the midsection.
Well, that good start for the Kangaroos is now starting to turn into a great start. They're a goal away from having a really good grip on it. Gee, Rawlings, isn't that a free kick? It is.
Got him high, round the net. Jimmy, please, behind it.
Different game of footy to Friday night. We're just poured with rain, but wet weather footy a bit again today. Very gluey, isn't it? Hard to maintain your feet under pressure and to be balanced. And the Kangaroos doing well. Petrie to McIntosh. McIntosh to fall forward as a goal. It's another one. We'll talk about Sleepy Hollow, Tim. The Cats are just that right now.
That's his first goal of the year, McIntosh. And it's their pressure, their forward pressure across half-back. The Cats haven't been able to escape. We see Johnson now coming from the ground. He started on Brent Harvey. They've just got to make some adjustments here, the Cats. They've had a free player across half-back. I don't think it's working for them the way they're setting up at the moment.
Well, I was talking about McIntosh and Harvey barracking for the Cats growing up. They've kicked all the goals so far, so some allegiances don't last. He's got that problem, I think, Bomber. There seem to be more Kangaroos out there. Having a bit of a head count. Bartel falling to the ground, knocked forward by a Swallow. Missed a couple of times out there by Grant. Bartel over the football now. Blake, interesting situation for the big guy. Ling under pressure. Ablett turns around, confronted by Adams, gets the kick away. Inside the forward 50, the Cats need a goal. Hawkins gets a hand pass to Ablett. Ablett back to Hawkins. Hawkins spots a man. Chapman. That's a clever kick.
That's a really good kick off one step. Good handball before that too from Hawkins, but just to spot up Chapman and just wait the kick beautifully to his favoured side. At the other end of the ground, Enright is now picking up Brent Harvey.
Paul, he's right on it, okay? 30 seconds is running.
Paul Chapman.
Both teams.
Must feel like a quiz contestant. 30 seconds is running.
No, you've got 1.5.
Coming off a terrific season last year. Just gets better and better. You'd like him from here. Kicks deliberately. Such a compact player. Everything he does well.
These conditions will suit Paul Chapman. Seen Archer just having a word to him. Now, Archer's been an interesting player in the early part of this game because his direct opponent, Milburn's been pushing right up the ground and he's been staying back, and he's very good at reading the ball in the air and becoming that extra player. Smart play there by Hawkins just to kick the ball across to the favoured side.
So Chapman, who's about 20 metres from goal with Green on him. Chapman and Mooney, the goal scorers for the Cats.
They want Archer to be the free player. They've pushed Pratt down there now so that he can pick up Milburn.
Well, Archer had 21 disposals last week, Tim, which is as many as he's had in a whole year of footy in terms of one game.
He's very good at reading the play, Bruce, and he's extremely courageous, as we know, too. So he'll go back with the fire of the ball to be that third man up in a contest.
Petrie just got a fingertip to Gary Ablett, who was important a moment ago. It was his quick reflexes, was able to take that mark in the centre. Ling onto the boot. Here's Chapman. Green. Did he get into his back? Pratt over the line.
Well, they've got to roll the dice here, the Cats. Even every time the Kangaroos want to put that extra player back there, I reckon they're better off sending one of their other players forward. They've got the key marking power down there. They've got the players who can compete at ground level.
So Petrie and Blake doing it.
You got him over the shoulder, clearly over the shoulder. Take it back now.
So Chapman now getting busy, isn't he?
Yes. Here's Stokes inside the centre square. Holds up. Campbell stayed off him. Stokes for space. Hawkins, lunging attempt, couldn't hang on. Grimmer tried to knock it through the pack. Ablett knocks it to the pocket to his brother. Along the ground, clever. Played against the post for Rito.
Good play there by Hawkins too, just to get his body in to clear the path for Ablett at ground level.
So Geelong suddenly coming to terms with the game a little. Looking better. Doing well inside the centre square for Rito, Watt, Pratt. Under pressure, Rawlings. Great defensive work. Varco getting across the boot, but deflects out of bounds. That's inspirational stuff.
Dennis, not only have they come to terms with the game, they've got the crowd involved too, haven't they?
That's
Suddenly
right.
they're lifting. So can the Kangaroos hang on to this couple of goal lead?
No, it's not coming out of there. Just throw yourself forward there, Brody.
Here's the Kangaroo coach, Dean Lately, not happy with the discipline at one of the stoppages early in the game. Smashing the phone down.
Good.
Petrie winning the ruck. Grimmer just went without it. Selwood slung off it. In hard was Swallow. Well played, Selwood. Ablett getting very involved. Prismal to Ajinski. Doesn't quite time it, but Varco, right spot, right player.
Read that beautifully, didn't he?
Good hands. Wants to go short. Now goes short, wide. Hawkins. Talk about good hands. He was Brown-like then, wasn't he? Jonathan Brown-like.
It just disappeared, didn't it? The ball, the big Sharon just disappeared in those huge hands.
You get an updraft with those trousers too, and you get an extra metre upwards.
I wasn't sure about the kick from Varco going out so wide. He was in the corridor. I thought that he would go back quickly. Mooney was one out at that stage with Ferrito.
Think they'll roar if he kicks this?
I think so.
Just gave it a push. So 3 goals against Carlton on debut, 4 against the Demons in a half of footy that got everybody excited in the second match that he played.
Petrie to bring it in. 10 points the difference. And suddenly it's all Geelong. Close to the boundary. Simpson, who seems to be okay after that heavy knock.
Right on it.
The sun is shining at Skill Stadium. Not something we expected on the drive down. Going back, Blake close to the line. Kangaroos in number. Jones did well a couple of times. Wins it back, slips a hand pass away. Gets it back from Swallow. Involved out there as well was Grimmer. Now it's a relayed free kick. Well, advantage is paid. Doesn't matter. There goes the long kick inside the forward 50. Off hands, loose at the back. Edwards in trouble. Hand passes forward, taken by Sinclair. It bounces about 15 metres out, helped across the line by Enright. David Schwartz.
Just watching Glenn Archer and Cameron Mooney, they're both very angry, and I thought, well, maybe the conditions, but now it's just them two being themselves.
Mooney and Archer. So Ling's kick finds some space in the end. Selwood just worried off it by Harris, but second effort was good. Simpson did well to keep his head over the footy. Grimmer's wide handball was okay, but Lee Brown missed it. He might get a second go. Retribution gets it back to Sinclair, to Grimmer, to full forward, but didn't have a lot on it. Negan was able to read it well.
This is where they've been good, the Kangaroos, just holding Geelong up.
Grimmer losing his boot in the process.
Green losing Chapman again too.
And Chapman, beautiful kick. Enright, it was a difficult mark, but he looked in the box seat. Harvey's been outstanding, hasn't he? Back to Gibson, and Gibson's little one to half or centre wing. Green loads up, goes long. Edwards outnumbered. Did he get a push? Where are the swoopers? Wells did really well. Off the ground, Jones has kicked a goal. Touch, was it?
Off the Geelong Rd.
That's a really dangerous kick, isn't it, to the hot spot about 10 metres out from the top of the square. They were outnumbered, but they're quite happy just to get a contest there and try and work the ball. Oh, gee, I'd like to see that again. That was very close.
Perhaps it hit the Geelong player's boot on the way through. But
That's what he said. Scarlett's got it in the back pocket. No doubt we will see that again as the ball comes across the ground as Stokes at left half back.
Hold it. Thank you.
There's the overview as Stokes drives it up towards the wing, and Mackie towards the middle. Well weighted kick. Kelly just lurking behind Petrie. On the burst, Ablett confronted by Simpson. Kicks towards the 50. At the back of the pack is Chapman. Deeper still for Rito. Hurriedly onto the boot. Green tracks it out towards the boundary. Should be too nimble here for Nathan Ablett, but he can't pick it up. He's got support in any case. Grimmer seems to be okay after that out-of-boot experience. Gave it across to Archer. The ball knocked across the boundary line brilliantly by Enright.
Let's just have a look at that kick off the ground again by Corey Jones. There's Corey Jones now. Yep, came off the Geelong player.
Petrie doing well in the ruck, giving McIntosh some support.
When they go forward, Geelong, they've just got to make sure they spot up their kicks. If they kick to a contest, it's going to play into the hands of the Kangaroos. They're a little bit undersized there, and they'll rebound on Geelong as we see Nathan Ablett now coming from the ground and Bartel coming on.
Here's Grimmer losing the boot. Selwood doing really well in tight. Wojcinski brilliantly done, and then on the burst, wonderful looking kick to Mooney. Ferrito was super there. Oh, Varco! Talk about pickpocketing. How good is this kid?
Oh, he'd get a job with Fagan, wouldn't he? That was just magnificent, that.
Just makes you smile, Tim, doesn't it?
It does. And it was a well-weighted kick here for Wojcinski. It looked like Mooney was going to swallow this, but just Freo just got a hand in there, and you thought, OK, the Kangaroos are going to escape, but just wonderful play then from Varco to pick his pocket. And that's exactly what you want from one of your small forwards, to put pressure on, and then once the ball turns over, to make them pay.
The number 5 and spectacular goal, synonymous with Skilled Stadium, and that was terrific by Travis Varco. Storming through, making something out of nothing. Good bounce. McIntosh won it down. Simpson, Harris. Grimmer in trouble. Swallow got a touch on it, helped it on its way. Well done, Harris again. Back to Sinclair, involved moments ago. Same problem. Swallow trying to wrench it out of there. Umpire McLaren wants it.
That matchup, Green and Chapman. Chapman's had 9 possessions now to Green's 3, so that's going to be causing Laidley some concern up in the box.
Watch out.
Familiar names there, getting a lot of the football, perhaps with the exception of Ferrito. Sinclair once more, did well, found a way through. Simpson, make that 10. He's into double figures. The first to get there this afternoon. Down towards half forward. Egan goes back. Awkward bounce. Brown, step for step. Egan soccers it across the line. 6 points the margin. Kangaroos on top.
Ox.
Bomber Thompson's had a restructure on the half-forward line for the Cats, putting Varco, Prismal and Bartel. Maybe the conditions playing a factor in that.
So going a bit small for the moment. Selwood's impressive, Timmy. He's a good player. To Kelly.
Oh, he's got great hands, Bartel. Great hands.
He's one of Dennis's favourites.
That's been good coaching by Bomber Thompson, because they were starting to get pretty settled, the Kangaroo defence, and you thought, OK, well, now they're going to start rebounding. Now he's thrown 3 smaller type players across half forward just to keep them guessing, and this bloke's got wonderful hands. He could play at centre half forward as long as he gets the right matchup. Presents well to the ball.
Stay in there, Spinner.
He's kicked a couple of goals this season, Jimmy Bartel, but this is his first set shot for the year. This to bring it to an all-square game. He should go, and he has.
Been averaging 30 touches a game, Jimmy Bartel. Been working across half-back into the midfield. Kelly, that was a well-weighted kick then by Kelly. Good second grabber there by Bartel. The ball's just starting to get a little bit greasy, so flat hands for the first, second grab, and Freo just hung on to him too long. Just a little bit concerned about what was behind him on that occasion, Freo.
Neither of these two sides have trailed at quarter time this season. Could keep their perfect records intact right here. Scores are level, just over 3 minutes from quarter time. Jimmy Bartel coming off 35 possessions against Melbourne a fortnight ago, a career high. Wide of the pack, Rawlings upended. Got the kick away. Wajinski leads in the race. Harris did well. Kelly on the overlap just flicks it up in the air. Ablett somehow got out of a very tight situation. Comes to Ling. Ling looks towards half forward. Well, the kick didn't quite leave the boot as he hoped. Green's got it now from Rawlings. Kicks inside the forward 50. Brown is down there. Got a kind bounce. Comes back to Grant. Couldn't get through as he pushed to the back. He's going to get the free kick. Petrie goes on.
50 metres. 50 metres.
What's the call there?
No,
I would have thought. I would have. Well, Petrie thought the same thing. So that's really a double blow. Penalised 50. And if Petrie was thinking like me, he thought his team had the free kick.
That's where it does get complicated, doesn't it? If you don't read the umpire. I think most people thought that Grant was staging for a free, but he'd actually won the stage.
Pressure. That one's in the back. Right then, should have been watching this game a lot longer than me. Explain that.
What about Simpson? He thought that he was being penalised, and he slapped the ball away in disgust, prepared to give up another 50, only to find it was his free kick. Now he feels silly.
You mentioned this before the game, how the rules were confounding you.
Simpson at half back, and just keeps it in play before it bounces and then rolls out.
It's just funny, they keep tweaking it, but the more they tweak it, actually, the more they get it wrong. I thought it was good in round one.
I thought it was good in the 90s.
McIntosh and King. Ling. Well done, Wells. He found some space and then gets the ball inside the 50. Brown and Edwards, they haven't been able to contribute too much in this opening term. And the ball up. How's Corey Jones going, Rick? I noticed he went off the ground a moment ago.
Yeah, he limped off the ground a few minutes ago. What appears to be a groin injury. He's getting assessed by the physio at the moment, but it didn't look good when he came off the ground. You can see there he gets hit in that tackle, and he did look sore in that groin area.
That's a free kick for out of bounds on the full there.
Yes, from the boundary throw-in, the ruckman knocked it out on the full, so Swallows got it. Corey Jones was sensational against Geelong in round 17 last year. Took 14 marks. Swallows' kick is a beauty. The young boy from Western Australia.
I was just reading about Swallow this morning, and there was an analysis of his performances last year. And one thing that they did note was his poor kicking and his inefficiency by foot, but that was just a wonderful finish. That's the free kick. You cannot knock the ball out of bounds on the full like that from a stoppage, and that is just a glorious finish. It doesn't get any better than that. Edwards in the goal square there, clapping it through.
A couple of the teenagers head-to-head there, Selwood and Swallow. It's a terrific goal, wasn't it? In a high standard opening term in the conditions. Geelong restructuring again up forward, I think, Tim, as Ablett to Kelly. It goes backwards and then sideways to Bartel. Geelong with a very open forward line for the moment. Nathan Ablett running hard. Gibson quicker, though. Milburn on hands and knees.
Chapman's in the goal square now. He's cleared out the forward line. All the other forward players were up around the 50-metre arc. He's won out against Casey Green. He likes that matchup.
So no one within about 40 metres of these two players at the moment. They've basically got the 50 metres to themselves. Swallow need to get it out here.
Watching the play, mate.
So just a goal in it. And you can see there, Tim, all the room for Chapman.
Swallow to Simpson. Landed hard, but got the kick off. Ferrito did well. Coming up the ground. Grant from 40 metres. Kicks a goal.
Good finish there by Grant. We know that he's a good player on the run like that. Deadly with his left foot, although his efficiency dropped off a little bit last year. Joel Corey is actually playing on Grant. He had to leave him to go to Ferrito, and that's why Grant got on the end of that handball. Very open forward line there for the Kangaroos to operate in. Edwards is staying in the goal square opposed to Scarlett, and Brown's been pushing up to around centre half forward.
Shannon Grant's first goal since round one. Remember how he finished round one by hitting the post against Collingwood. So he's going to be relieved about that, because that's been one of his trademarks, hasn't it? A goal-kicking small midfielder. And the first 6-goal quarter for the Kangaroos this year. And they lead by 2, and they will lead at quarter time, as they have done in each of their matches so far this season. Rawlings, another one, he would be handy, and he runs away and then goes towards forward. Edwards went to ground. Egan read it pretty well. Slow handball to Bartel. And then too hot for Corey. Ling misses Scarlett. Edwards, still with Edwards. Back to Sinclair. Didn't go far. Edwards. Can Rawlings get any purchase on it? He can't quite. And Corey with an opportunity now to bang it high and wide and get it out of the danger zone. And he does.
This has been an excellent first quarter by the Kangaroos. They've been able to win their fair share of ball in the midfield. And when they've gone forward, they've kept a very open forward line. We've seen Harvey run in and kick 3 goals, and then Grant kicked that last one too. Dean Later be very happy with the way they've been disciplined about that. Kelly
read it best, but Wells held him up. And so, terrific opening term. And the Kangaroos by 2. It's 39-27.
Tell me it's over, so we can do it all again.
Wells has gone forward with Ling.
Kangaroos lead it by 12. Neither ruckman really did much there. Blake landed heavily. Simpson making no attempt and is penalised. Corey, long kick inside the forward 50, paid the advantage, fisted away by Gibson. Watt leads in the race, running out of space. Quite happy with that result, carries it across the line, so boundary throw in.
Kangaroos got the 3 tools, Lee Brown, Petrie and also Edwards, and then they've got Campbell, Harvey and also Wells at ground level. Good combination, that.
Blake and McIntosh lock up again. Blake that time deftly. Selwood surrounded, squeezes a kick out of there, touched as you heard. Rawlings taking no prisoners or risks, goes back and just feeds it across the line.
And that's the smart thing to do in that situation. Reset.
So Ferrito, good kick, found Watt outside the 50, so that's a good result.
He's had a lot of the ball too in the first quarter, Ferrito, 10 possessions, and he's going to be a rebounding defender.
Adams just missed that one. Stokes with him. Had a terrific game last week, Stokes, against the Hawks in that losing team. Givaco.
Got a sense of humour, that umpire.
I think it says it all. It did look like a throw in the umpire.
Unlucky Travis. Can't throw it out, mate.
Well, you can try, though.
Forward pass.
I reckon Laidley's looked at those 3 tools that the Geelong side has in their forward line and thought during the week, OK, we can get a lot of rebound on those guys.
So Watts kicked Brown for not the first time today. He's got close to marking, hasn't been able to quite pull it off. Mackie to Blake to Harvey, who was a star in the opening term.
Does well again. Goes down towards half forward, selects an option. And this is Wells. Right on the 50.
That's just the beauty of pace, isn't it? Being able to tuck the ball under your arm there like Harvey. Got out of the congestion, got into a little bit of blue sky there, and then was just able to pick his... He could have... There was 3 Kangaroo players there. He could have chosen either of them.
Like choosing a kumquat, just giving them a squeeze. All the time in the world. Wells right on the 50. How's that for a kick? That's gone a long way. About 20 metres into the crowd, but he missed. Very good last week. Drew accolades from Lee Matthews after the game.
One step, please, Shannon.
29 disposals against Brisbane. He kicked a couple of important goals, and that was a long bomb. Mackie to Blake to Ling. They're getting tight quarters to Ablett to Ling. They've worked it OK in the end. Selwood, very impressive young player, goes bang to centre half forward. Mooney crunches Watt.
Mark's there. Took the mark.
Frito's unhappy with Mooney. So Watt.
Cam.
You can hear the umpire just settling Mooney and Ferrito down.
Oh! Now...
What happened, Dennis?
Well, Cam did the wrong thing again. I always feel like I'm dobbing Cam in, but the umpire was watching him too. I'm not sure he could have possibly missed that, the umpire.
So McIntosh down the line. Brown worked underneath it. Wojcinski and Campbell. Wojcinski to Ling, bit too easy that time. Chapman had to stop and wait a bit, but he's clever enough. And now Enright to try and set up.
To midfield, too tall for the lead from Hawkins. Watt arches the back, runs away. Well done, Milburn. Came hard at the man carrying the football. Adams was pushed in the back, no free kick. Ablett's got it now. Reels it back in. Then lost it. Down goes Pratt. We've got a whistle. Advantage is paid. Archer a little indecisive. Didn't go the 15. That wasn't really advantage for the Kangaroos, but the umpires have helped each other out a little bit here. It was a bad result for the Kangaroos after the advantage, but they've come up with the football. Now, I don't think Cam did anything too sinister. That's another bushfire.
Well, maybe I did, mate.
Just takes his legs. Well, there was contact down low as well.
Here's a free kick. Didn't travel the 15 metres, but they just dived in on top.
Meanwhile, back at the game, in comes Grant, and he hooks it way right. That's out of bounds on the full. So I don't think that Cam's got anything to fear, but the interesting thing was the umpire was talking to him, so you would imagine he was looking at them.
And it was unnecessary.
That's what we need is a Cam.
Has Mooney been suspended before, Dennis?
No, I don't think so. Not to my knowledge. Certainly I wasn't involved, Bruce.
And he had a record 4 last year, didn't he? But
all right.
Harris. Thought you were calling last year. Brown, McIntosh. Grant kicked that last ball for goal like he's got the yips. And then Simpson works one forward. Interesting stage in the game, Tim. It's been hard to get a goal.
Oh, they've had real trouble getting out of here.
Cats are in strife. Scarlett, gee, what do you call that?
It's a Wakely.
Gee.
The Kangaroos have really pressed them in this defensive arc.
Good to me.
Here's Mooney.
Here's it again.
Gee, you'd hate to do your Achilles, wouldn't you?
It's the one low down that was, I think, more sinister, but not sinister enough.
Ducked his head. Ducked his head.
Well, he might have ducked his head, but he got flattened at Worlds, and he's got a headache now.
Actually, it was an ongoing gag last year, talking about covering the football last year, Bruce, that every time that poor old Cam went before the tribunal, somehow inadvertently I was involved. So I just deny all knowledge now. Like Colonel Clink, I know nothing. It's in the pack. Chance for Harvey. Wide of the pack. Down he went. Selwood's in there. Archer over the top. A couple of wily veterans, Milburn and Archer. Adams gets a hand pass away. Simpson, well, he's simply finding the football everywhere he goes to full forward off hands. Loose ball. Harvey once more. Can he get free? Not quite. Mackey did well. Hand pass back. Wojcinski's in trouble. Now a problem for Enright. Down he went as if in slow motion. And the umpire will ball it up 20 metres out.
It's at a very interesting stage at the moment of the game. And the Kangaroos are pressing and the Cats just can't escape.
Chapman goes bang. Oh, Harris goes early. No free kick against him. Then he threw it, Harris. It's coming back. Do it the last 5 minutes has reminded me of a rugby match, a test where you're almost on the try line and you can't get it over. Because that's where the Kangaroos have been, haven't they?
Yep.
Within 50 metres, but no result. And if the Cats can get a goal...
This play's been good too.
If the Cats can get a goal out of it, then it's going to hurt. Milburn did well. He read it very well. And then from 45 metres misses.
He just caressed it. He actually had a bit more time and a bit more space. He could have just launched right into that, but just touched it onto his boot.
Casey Green in the back pocket to Rawlings, to Simpson. Gee, how's he going? That's 17 possessions. Back to Rawlings. Hurried kick to midfield and Archer. That big leap moments ago by Harris. The crowd were, I think, calling for hands in the back or on the shoulder. Always a contentious one as Ferrito tracks it out, but that was a hand on the head, if that makes sense. Ferrito, well done. Now Wells, question of accuracy. Runs inside the 50 and nails it.
And the really interesting thing about that was that he's Cam Mooney's direct opponent. He pushed forward to that space. Simpson looked up and saw that he'd taken off. He went to Cam Mooney, and he's actually just in the last 30 seconds been explaining to Cam Mooney that was your man down there running and being creative. And this is the goal that he set up for it. He's been very good. Terrific weighted handball there to Wells, and that's where Wells is really going to damage Ling if he can get inside that 50-metre arc.
Beautiful kicking for the second time today. A Ferrito handball has set up a goal. Grant in the opening term and now Wells in the second.
They're quite happy for him to run up the ground too and create if Cam Mooney's not going to pick him up like that.
So the Kangaroos dominating a bit here. Geelong, a while since that last goal for them. After getting 3 in a row. Prismal did get a high one. Adams, Gary Ablett, terrific in close, but the Kangaroos are fierce and ferocious at the moment. They're everywhere.
No, and then held to him.
This is where they were really, really strong and powerful last week against the Brisbane Lions. They're a good in and underside the Brisbane Lions, but in the end, they won their fair share of football in the game.
I had a long talk to Marcus Ashcroft and Sean Wren about that very subject today at the airport, Tim. Selwood's kicked to about 50. And he talked about just how keen the Kangaroos were all last week. They were hard to shake, and that looks deliberate. Getting away from there is the great one, Gary Ablett, and his 2 sons are playing. We interviewed Graham Corns on Friday night with his 2 boys.
Good luck getting Gary up here at half-time.
It's your job. McIntosh to centre wing. Edwards. And Adams, who's had a pretty good start, I reckon, Dennis.
Yes, he has. Looks a bit like Danny Bonaducci. He's got the ball on the wing, just chips it across to Simpson. This is a remarkable performance from Simpson. Midway through this second term, he drives it down towards half forward. Punched away from Petrie by Mackey. Strong tackle, man going through very quickly, and it's going to be a free kick. That's very hard to hang on. Chapman managed to. Just watch this again. Green trying to get through and Chapman waiting for him. It was Chapman who was standing still and still stopped him. Varco did well, knocked it on the ground. Selwood goes to half forward. Up in front was Mooney. Bit of feeling in that matchup. Was taken high by Ferrito. Wasting no time, goes back to Selwood. Varco is on. He's got it now. Directly in front.
Selwood's been the pick of their midfielders in this second quarter. He's been outstanding. Just coming off for a rest now, but he followed up the play then, and that was the intelligent kick across to Varco, and Bartell's going to replace him. They lose nothing in that.
Varco going at his second goal. His first was spectacular. His second is stock standard but vital.
So that's his afternoon's work, really. If you can get 2 from a small forward, then you'd be happy with that each and every week. Kicked 3 goals coming into this game. This was just a simple conversion, but it was the work of Selwood. He was the guy that got the ball down there in the first place, then followed up, ran into the space. Smart kick around the corner there by Mooney just to see him out of the corner of his eye, but then to square the ball back up again and make the conversion.
So Varco, the only multiple goals scorer. There's Brad Ottens, who's probably not 100% fit, was an emergency for today, didn't play in the early game.
7 pairs inside the Kangaroo forward line at this bounce.
McIntosh did well there because he held the foot back and the handball was good. It was searching. Pratt away to full forward and good mark. Oh, Petrie, how did he do that?
It's all right.
Just with strength.
Drew, that's it.
This is the centre break. That was terrific handball there by Hamish. He's been impressive, hasn't he? And Pratt just delivered that ball to the favoured side there. It wasn't really the favoured side. I think Petrie actually made it his favoured side just by pushing the undersized Mackey out of the way.
He's kicked a goal in each of the last 2 games. He's been playing down back a lot, and he's got one here. Not going to go away, I don't think, Tim. They're going to be hard to beat, the Kangaroos.
Every time Geelong looked like they might be getting back into this game and getting some control on the game, they just hit back and they hit back. Well, there's Hamish. Just watch this handball again from McIntosh. That was terrific handball there just to free Pratt. And it was a crowded forward line that Pratt was looking towards. Then he could have hit the ball at the top of the square, but Petrie moved out. That's where he started his football as a forward, Petrie. Mackey undersized.
8-4-5-5, David Schwartz.
Tim, that was Pratt started in the back line, came up to the wing. It was almost a set move. He was coming off the ground. He came in and was lucky enough to get the handball. Good play by the Kangas.
King goes up and directs this one down decisively. Ablett out of the middle, inside the forward 50. Gibson, terrific mark.
He's been good in the one-on-one contest with Nathan Ablett. He's actually been a bit quicker to the ball than Ablett too.
Sinclair at half-back. Short of the wing, Wells comes to it.
Just used his pace to get off Ling.
So Wells looking towards right half forward, kicking between the lines. What a well-weighted kick that was, coming across on the angle, taking the mark for Rito, who's been very good, but it required some imagination, that kick from Wells. And his mind's eye saw where Ferrito was going to be. Kicks inside the forward 50. Petrie over the top, knocks away from Enright and gets it out of bounds.
So Petrie forward, Tim, today, and giving them something, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's been good. Mackey's too small. If they can isolate that matchup, that's going to work in the Kangaroos' favour.
He's done a lot of the ruck work helping McIntosh. It was McIntosh that time, bounced off Corey.
Geelong! Yep, you had his arm off the ball. No, you had his no advantage.
Well, there was an advantage, but you just can't take it.
That's it.
This is where the Kangaroos have been really good at manning up. They've left Mackey free on this occasion.
And Chapman runs very hard for him. He's got him. He's backward to centre.
Ablett's pushed too far up the ground. It's Nathan Ablett, so it's Cam Mooney now who's going to have to push up for the secondary lead.
So Chapman to Mooney. Good fly, couldn't quite. Egan Ferrito high, surely on Simpson. No. Grimmer caught.
No chance at all.
Varco's tackler, he's been good in the defensive part of the ground today, Varco. That's exactly what you want from your small forward, somebody who's prepared to get in there and tackle and chase players down.
So Simpson third man up, and then Harvey bangs it onto the boot. Good mark by Grant, and wanted to give it off, decided not to.
That's 50 metres against Ling, ran across the mark.
50 metres. Cameron, you ran it through the
Brought about simply by the pace of Wells. He was trying to catch him.
He was concerned, was he? Wells took off to about centre half forward, running into the space, and Ling just put his head down and ran. He wasn't even aware of where he was at the time. This is going to be costly, though.
Well, he's kicked a goal today. His first since round one.
There goes Ling across the mark. You can't do that. You can do that if your player goes across the mark too. You can foul them in that position, but Wells had already taken off.
Well, Shannon Grant missed everything from this spot about 5 minutes ago, but he's got that one, and they stretch the lead.
Well, this is starting to be a bit of a worry for Bomber Thompson up in the coach's box. Up forward, he's got Hawkins, who now is coming from the ground. He's been well held by Watt in this quarter. He's got Ferrito is doing a good job on Cam Mooney, and Gibson's doing a good job on Nathan Ablett. So there are his three tall targets being covered, and Varco's at ground level, and Milburn's at ground level too. So I think that he's got Stokes coming back onto the ground now.
Kangaroos with 5 of the last 6 goals. Now McIntosh is off the ground. Petrie has come up onto the ball. Brown has gone to full forward. This may test them. They need a good 5 or 10 minutes here from Petrie. Ling out of the middle, goes to half forward, over the top for Rito. Harris missed it. Milburn came hard. Well done. Wells put Milburn down, and that hurt. Milburn doesn't want to show it, but he's feeling some pain right now.
They're strong at the contest, the Kangaroos. They're gone small again in their forward line. Geelong, they've got the 4 smaller players now and the 2 tall targets.
Keep an eye on Milburn. I think he's hurt. Geelong fans want a free as a couple of their players went to ground. Ablett and Chapman picked up by Wojcinski, looking for space and one of his trademark runs, but simply coughed it up. Wells can run inside the 50. This could be a knee buckler. No, he misses to the left-hand side.
Ling wasn't happy with that errant handball.
Ricky Olorenshaw.
Oh, you mentioned McIntosh coming off the ground. I watched him there just before he came off. He had to wave to the bench because he was totally spent. They're going to have to be really careful on how they use McIntosh and moves Petrie more up on the ball. They're rotating King through him just to try and tire him out.
It is heavy going, as Rick said at the start of the match. It's a miss there by Corey. It's a day where the turf will take a lot out of your legs.
He's only a kid, but Geelong have actually lost a little bit around the stoppages since Selwood went off the ground.
He has been outstanding, hasn't he, Selwood? 10 disposals, a lot of them hard ball gets. just in his 4th game. Petrie doing okay at the moment. Against King Wells is flourishing, isn't he? He's blooming in front of our very eyes. Grant and Kelly and out of play.
Selwood's had 5 clearances. He's back on the ground now. I reckon they've got to have Bartel around the stoppages too, because he's a strong in and under player. He's just coming back onto the ground, replacing Milburn.
And Dennis was right. Milburn's gone from the ground. Ox.
Yeah, just a lot of coaches have been saying that if you are going to get Geelong, you get them in defensive 50. They do tend to make a lot of errors under pressure.
Well, they're under that right now. Kelly's handball did find Mackie. He runs out of room. Campbell clever. Oh, Edwards would have loved that. Simpson, another possession and a good one. A beauty.
That's a really good point there from Ox, because I think we've been talking about that through most of the game, how much pressure the forwards have been applying on Geelong, and they haven't allowed them to escape so they can actually set up some play across half-back. Again, it was pressure, and Simpson's just had a wonderful first half of football.
I reckon Dennis is counting to 40 right now. He's on to Simpson. He's got him.
Well, just a tick under 8 minutes till half-time. He's on career best pace, Adam Simpson, and he's hurting them. There's another one, if you don't mind. Wells, who's been terrific, unloads to half-forward. Strong defensive mark taken there by Selwood, or is it Kelly? It's Kelly who's got it. Comes across the ground. King.
Wells just had 3 possessions in the first quarter, and Ling had the better of him. He had 8, but he's reversed that now. He's become a damaging player, and that's going to be causing Bomber Thompson some concern in the coach's box.
Mackie to Enright, bounces off Brown and goes for distance and gets plenty inside the forward 50. Up comes Mooney. Did well, Big Cam. Flicks it out. Taken there by Selwood, long towards full forward. Archer was bumped as he approached the football. Bartel will sock it, missed it. He missed it. Archer came flying, wasn't required. The ball simply trickled across the line off hands. Sinclair's got it in the back pocket.
Oh, and he missed that.
What a let off. Archer did come flying out, didn't he?
And didn't they need that goal too, Geelong?
Just looking at some of their numbers, Tim. I mean, Enright's had at least 20 disposals in his last 15 matches. He's on 4 at the moment. A lot of their big numbered players are way down.
They've been shut down by the ferociousness of the Kangaroos, and they just haven't allowed them any space.
And right now it's a 5-goal game, and it feels like a 5-goal game.
They're in complete control.
So Pratt between half-back and centre wing. He's got Gibson short. He'll use him.
He's Nathan Ablett's man. He's standing in the centre of the ground.
And you made a good point about his one-on-ones with Ablett. He had a lot of spoils last week against Brisbane, won a lot of contested possession. He's having a good match. That's not a good kick. It's a floater. Petrie stood in the right spot, though. Well read by Grimmer. And Campbell snatched it. And Campbell in board to Sinclair, who runs in and kicks another one. Well, it's not raining, but it is raining goals right now at one end.
Real concern now for Bomber Thompson. They're just winning all the 50-50 ball. Good play there by Grimmer. They're just working inside the contest, and then they're allowing their players outside. They're good ball carriers. Campbell, just smart play from him. Bomber Thompson just running out of answers up until half-time. They're not happy with what he's seeing at the moment. He'll make some adjustments at half-time, but are they going to be too far away?
Kangaroos, breathtaking at the moment, playing some wonderful football. Geelong, well, they need to focus on their focus. They're just losing people out there. Slapped down by King, came back to him. Well stifled by Swallow. Kept working, Selwood, Chapman. King out of the middle. Kicks towards the 50. Nathan Ablett, terrific mark. He won the battle of strength that time against Gibson. And Gibson needs to be very careful. Ground 150.
He can kick this, Dennis.
Well, he goes short. Bounces off the chest of Mooney down there, who applies a very strong tackle. Varco comes again, knocked it away from Watt. Back over the shoulder, taken by Ablett to Corey. Right on the 50, some indecision. Nathan Ablett in best position. Gibson did well. Came back hard. Scrambling in there is Stokes. In the opposite direction came Pratt. And the umpire calls for it.
It was a good kick by Corey across the ground. So we just see this tap by King. And there's Hamish McIntosh hitting the deck.
And he's back there, McIntosh, against Blake. Gee, they need a goal, don't they, the Cats? Sinclair to Gibson. The crowd know they need it. They're in full voice right now. Simpson and Wojcinski. And then Prismal with a long one to fall forward. Mooney over the top. Comes out Watt. Cats fans wanting a free kick. Ferrito has been outstanding to Green, to McIntosh, to Sinclair.
Joe! Take a meter. Thanks, mate. Move it on, Jess.
Well, he was going for Edwards on the long lead, but Kelly read it best. And now Scarlett, who we haven't seen much of, back to Kelly.
Mackey inside the 50. Waiting for it, Ablett. Spills behind. Getting back is Watt in a battle of strength with Stokes. As you'd expect, the bigger man won. And that was the result he was after. He concedes a behind. Entertaining game of football. Gibson. Punishing kick to the outer side. Mackey over the top gets a fist on this one and puts it out of bounds.
Simpson's now pushed forward. He's at centre half forward and he's been picked up by Wojcinski. So obviously what they're going to try and do is run off him if they possibly can.
Bomber Thompson. His first loss as a coach came against the Kangaroos, round 4 2000. His side losing by 5 points. Umpire calls for this. Held to Chapman.
The feeling now that Gary Ablett is going to have to play a really big game for Geelong to get over the line in the second half.
Harris. Nicely worked. Ferrito. Under pressure. Bounces it around the outer side wing. Mackey slips it away. Wojcinski storms through centre. Long kick. Up goes Mooney. Spills. Opportunity for Pratt. Down he goes, but his job done. It's out of bounds.
Who are your top four, Tim? Who are you going for?
Well, that bloke's been outstanding in the first half. Harvey's been a live wire. Selwood, I reckon he's the best Geelong player out there at the moment, particularly in the second quarter. Ferrito's been magnificent from half back, shutting down Mooney, but also getting a lot of drive.
Well, right on cue, Tim. He does it again, Ferrito. To McIntosh, who's impressive, isn't he? To centre wing, Edwards, good grab. Terrific mark now, a very wide open forward line, and he goes bang. Adams trying to run onto it. Brown in a one-off. Egan did well. Geelong under the pump though. Campbell's really good in this situation, but he threw it back out. Harvey in right, better be careful. Geelong can't afford to concede here. And the ball up.
Actually, since Enright went on to Harvey, he hasn't kicked another goal, but he's still done some damaging work further up the ground.
Huge 3 minutes here. Running down to half time. 71 plays 37. Joel Corey taken down. And you can sense the Kangaroos do sense it.
Here we go. Straight up. Throw it up.
Umpire Meredith to throw it up. Plenty of players around the football. One by Petrie. Corey gave it to Mackey. High ball. Hawkins couldn't hang on. Loose at the back. Swallows got a problem. Heard the voice. Tried to go to Harvey. Cats prevail. Hawkins slips it away. Wojcinski. There's a loose man to the far side. Selwood gives it to Hawkins. Stokes. That loose man comes into play now. Chapman steps to the 50 and spears it into Nathan Ablett. Ablett wants to go to the pocket, and Jimmy Bartell. And Bartell is marked 25 metres out. Oh, and there's a bit going on between Pratt and Gary Ablett. And Ablett for the second time is down.
That's really silly and undisciplined play there by Pratt, because even though Bartell was only 30-40 metres out from goal, it's still a wet ball. It's a slippery ball.
Bartell, point blank range. Slams it through for his second. Jimmy
Well, he's a player that Geelong will need plenty of in the second half as well, Bartel. He's been averaging 30 possessions, had nearly 12, up to 12 at up to half-time. Kicked 2 goals, as we see that incident there involving Daniel Pratt and Gary Ablett. They're the things that you hate to see as a coach from your players. You just want them to stay disciplined for the duration of a game.
So Pratt and Gary Ablett. Dennis talks about the importance of the last 3 minutes. Geelong have made a little inroad. Can they get another one? I reckon Wojcinski, Tim's becoming important with his run off half back. He's had a couple of good ones in the last few minutes. Ling bangs to centre half forward. Ferrito front spot. Green tries to get a handle. Varco so quick. The tackle from Stokes good. Rawlings really good on hands and knees. And then Harris through heavy traffic out wide. Harvey versus Enright.
It was a really important one to win that one, wasn't it? The Cats were threatening and they showed enormous strength again, the Kangaroos, under pressure just to clear the ball. They're prepared to work inside the contest as they've been for the first half of football.
Well, the Bartel goal doesn't really hurt the Kangaroos, but the next one would, wouldn't it, before half-time? If they can get it back again. I reckon Dean Laidley right now would like to be in the sheds with this lead, don't you?
And the message might be just to shut the game down until half-time too.
Harris over the top. Swallow's been good. Gee, that's all over Swallow. He's stiff there. Sinclair, Harvey. The in the back seems to have gone for the moment. Well done, Swallow. Chapman runs him down. Swallow, well done again.
Great play. Kept his feet too.
Did terrifically well to Green. The short one comes to Brown. Now he can run to the 50. Edwards took his man away from the 50. Bought some time and space for Brown, who launches one into the stratosphere. Magnificent kick. That was clever by Edwards too on the lead. He came to the 50, realised that Brown had it. It was a long kick and he backed off quickly.
Great play here by Swallow. That's the in the back there from Gary Ablett. He actually went to ground then, but it was his ability to keep his feet in the contest just before that. Green just getting the ball across there to Brown outside 50, and he's pushed all the way down the ground. He's been sent behind the ball to play as that free player across half back in the last couple of minutes.
In case I didn't mention it, his footy idol was Tim Watson.
Tim's sticking his chest out right now.
He's pumped, isn't he?
It was a big goal, wasn't it? The Cats have actually conceded more to half-time than they had in the previous 2 matches. It was 57 and 76 against Melbourne and Hawthorn, and here they are at 77 against the Kangas. So Chapman. Enright wide to Mackie. Can they conjure a late goal, Geelong? They need some momentum. They need some voice going in. Ling with a chance. It's coming back. Oh, then faded at the last moment. At some stage, Jimmy must have loved that through the air. It would have had a chance.
Just didn't get quite enough curl on it.
So Gibson, who's been one of a number of very good players, and this has been their want, and they've gone long with kickouts nearly all day.
And they've been able to clear the defensive 50.
Now Blake, not a known kicker. He's a handballer. What does he do? Well, he comes back to Corey, and the clock's the danger now. Corey short. Cut off by Wells, who's been brilliant.
Good, unlucky there.
Oh, also.
Wells has been brilliant, and so have the Kangaroos. 2 6-goal quarters, the Kangas, and at half-time it's 77 to 44. Kicked 9 of the last 11, the Kangaroos. Ox has come up to join us. Tim's gone below. Dennis, you're good at quick goals today. You've got 26 seconds with Harvey in the opening quarter, 21 seconds with Campbell right there.
Didn't extend to my career, Bruce, unfortunately.
Gee, quick starts, and now they're all over them. And Wells to Adams, who did get involved early in the match. Lee Brown not quite. Campbell was looking. Ball was just dropped by Mackie. No free kick. Gee, that would have been interesting in the centre of the ground. Milburn's wobbly one, and that's what the Cats are doing right now. They're wobbling.
Oh, they are shaky, Bruce. They have no confidence in each other, and they've got no confidence in what they're doing. And every time the ball goes inside the Kangaroos 50, they are just petrified of getting the ball.
Well, you can't do that.
Well, I think we're all just wondering. So, ball in the pocket.
But let's not take anything away from the Kangas, who have just been dynamite at all the stoppages. To a man, they've been so much better than the Cats. And just being down on the ground in the first half, you could get that feeling that they were united, that they were a group.
So Petrie at the back, Blake at the front, missed by Johnson. Good tackle. High in the end, so free kick against it. Don't forget, they did lead Collingwood by 27 points, the Kangaroos, in that first round. Had they won that match, their season might be looking a whole lot different right now.
Chapman, who started so well, goes very short, barely to 15. Corey off the ball, a bit going on. Meantime, the ball from Chapman towards half forward. Ferrito did well, knocked it forward. Now Sinclair, who got it from Simpson, gets it now from Gibson. Goes across the ground, hangs a long time in the air, but plenty of time. Green's away to half forward, out in front of Grant. It runs on. Campbell into the path of Grant. Had to hesitate. Corey stays off him. Grant goes down towards the pocket. Edwards in front. He's going to get the free against Scarlett.
Came over the shoulder. Came over the shoulder.
Now
He's
that's
hanging
there.
on as well.
Yeah, that was there. Now Edwards is recruited to kick these goals.
And he has.
I was right here. Darren, I was right there.
And good play there by Edwards. He got the ball. He didn't waste any time whatsoever. Went around and snapped on the right. It'll give him wonderful confidence. It was almost a stunned crowd. They couldn't believe that another one's gone through. In fact, there's only a pocket full of Kangaroos supporters here. The rest are Cats, and you can almost hear a pin drop in the ground at the moment. They are shell-shocked.
(44-89). Get the feeling, Dennis, that I've come to a birthday party for Geelong and someone's a real party pooper right now. Those balloons are deflated. Corey's handball. They need the next, and they need it quickly, and then they need 3 after that. Wojcinski goes with a long one. Here's a start. Has it gone through? I'm not sure. Just one of those days.
Move away, Cameron. Move away. Move away.
The umpire's saying it wasn't over the line.
Into the post. Hit the post? Yeah, that's what hit the post. So it's 3-1 point.
It's just one of those days.
Amazing.
Well, Cameron Mooney was saying that it actually cleared the line, bounced back and hit the post. So we'll hopefully get another look at that.
Tim Watson's just gone down there. Tim, are you as stunned as we are?
I am. I thought that Geelong would come out in the second half and show some fight and some fire, but that's not the case. They're still lower and they're still harder, the Kangaroos.
So the margin 44 points, and I think that's a good call by the goal umpire. The ball not completely across the line.
Good call, Dan.
McIntosh, Wells, Sinclair, now Pratt towards half forward. Campbell under the ball, staying on his feet. Milburn loops it over the top. Johnson let it bounce. Pratt, vice-like, got him down, jarred out of there. Hawkins outnumbered, wants it out of bounds and gets it out of bounds.
Their tackling has just been so impressive today. Cameron Mooney's only had the 3 touches, Bruce. Ferrito 15. And for your side to be going well, your centre-half forward has to be standing up and getting at least a 50-50 contest.
Hard to see the Cats getting back from here. McIntosh to the wrong man. Enright cuts away through, goes looking for Nathan Ablett, and he takes the mark. He's 40 metres out. So much now riding on this kick. He's got to be accurate.
Very swirly down there too, Den. It's a pretty tough kick. He'll need to put it out to the left post, left goal post. Let the breeze bring it back.
Yeah, we marked it. I saw it.
Right behind him. Lovely kick. His first goal.
Or you can just kick it straight through the middle and not worry about the breeze whatsoever. The Cats, they need to get the ball in quick. They need to put the Kangaroos defenders under pressure. And when Geelong are playing at their best style of football, they're risky. They run it through. They don't care about the opposition. They get it in long to their key forwards, Ablett, Big Hawkins, and also Cameron Mooney.
89-51, Tim Watson.
I was just noticing A moment ago, Selwood was being picked up by Rawlings, but he's pushed forward again now. He's one of those players, Selwood, who can get the Cats back in this game because he is prepared to work in and under.
And I'm going to try and work a stat in a moment on Nathan Ablett. Chapman's kick almost to Mooney. Gibson has read it pretty well. He's under the pump. Varco was good there. It was Varco's speed that put the initial pressure on there, and Stokes the beneficiary.
How important is it in today's football to keep your feet? We saw Gibson go to ground then. If he just holds his feet, he gets away. As a result, the Cats got a shot on goal.
Well, Stokes kicked a couple last week.
Yes, mate, you.
Gibson knows what's happened there. So a second goal in a minute will really lift this crowd.
And that's what they need to do. They need to get the crowd involved. They need to get a bit of momentum. They need someone to spark, as we've said. Not sure who that player is going to be. They have kicked a couple in a row, but they need the big guns, the Gary Abletts and Moonies, to stand up, get their hands on it. It's going to start with Big Blake in the centre. They need to get Chapman to get his hands on it, because you know every time he gets it, he'll hit a target inside 50.
On in, watch me coming out.
Tim Watson is down on the boundary, Tim.
Daniel Harris is just getting ready to come back on. I think Dean Laidley wants his hard nuts back in the centre of the ground.
32 points the margin. The two opening goals of the term to the Kangaroos, but Geelong responding. Some self-belief. Bartel sweeps a hand pass forward. Blake out wide. The run of Chapman. A buzz goes around this ground. Chapman from long range. From behind Mooney. Mooney is marked 5 metres out. Pratt indicating a punch, but that wasn't the problem. You can't defend that.
Like you can't get good plays down, Den. You can't keep the crowd down either.
Cam Mooney comes in and slams it through.
Cam Mooney's a streaky player too. If he gets his hands on it and he gets his confidence up, he's the sort of player that can kick you 3 or 4 goals really quickly. Great to see Chapman get it out of the centre. He's the player that can set other players up. Brings them in. He's got penetration with his kicks. He's got really good leg speed. And Bomber Thompson, we're hoping that he gets first use off Blake at this next centre bounce.
So Mooney with the big goal, he's second. They've kicked 3 in a row, the Cats, as they did in the first quarter. And Harris has gone into the centre. So Lady has got one of his tough nuts there. Will it make a difference? There you go, Timmy Watson.
Well done.
But he's too slow. Varco's pressure has been fantastic.
Well, players who play in the forward line who've got speed are so dangerous.
Varco wide to Stokes. Gee, what a difference 3 minutes of footy makes to a game. Gibson went to ground. Ferrito, free kick.
His head was down. Let him up. Nothing there. Let him up. Well, that's it. Mark's there. Right on it, Cam. Thank you.
He's been outstanding, Ferrito. It's a penetrating kick. Well done, Grant.
He does that time and time again, Grant, and that is a very tough mark to take, but Varco probably should have just made him really earn that one.
Down the line. Oh, lovely hands, Petrie.
And Laidley's had to put him forward. He's been very good down back, but just for the players that they've lost, now becoming a forward again.
Petrie towards the attacking 50. Edwards comes up, hops out of the contest. Scarlett dropped the mark. Chapman, though, got the crumb. Enright from the 50, right through midfield. Archer came in on the angle. A mid-air collision with Mooney. Tries to give it off. Comes again, Cam Mooney. Sockers off the ground. Harris was down finding the football. Took him a while too. In goes Kelly. On his knees. Gets it out wide. Taken by Enright. A little chip over the top. And Cam's got it, plays on to Hawkins. They've made this a little bit difficult. Stokes taken, that was holding the ball. Cam trying to do the right thing.
No, that isn't the right thing, Dennis. That is silly. When you're 30 metres out, go back and have your kick. Your side needs you to kick the big goals.
Sinclair goes short to Grimmer. You don't understand my relationship with Mooney. Everything he does is fine by me as the kick goes down a half forward Edwards. What a terrific mark. 60 metres out. Both ends of the ground, it's happening. Edwards launches one towards full forward. In from the side, Milburn got it first on it towards the boundary. Johnson goes down and the ball goes out.
How would you love every match you go to start like we've seen the last minute? Hasn't it been fantastic?
Beautiful. Oh, that is a wonderful mark. That'll give you confidence of a world of good.
But he's kicked a goal and he's taken a mark in this quarter. Petrie and rolls it out.
Done that a couple of times, Petrie out of the ruck. Pretty handy when you can put him in the forward line and also let him do the ruck work, get McIntosh back to set up the wall as he's doing now.
Well, the Cats have got a sniff. They've taken them from 44 to 26 in a hurry. Grant thrown off it. Ball comes out. Well done, Egan. Mackie, slow handball. Milburn may have to concede here. He's an uncompromising footballer, but he had to compromise for a moment, didn't he?
Well, it's smart football. He had to do that.
Pragmatic, just for a second or two.
Bartel, what a strong mark. A heavy body coming hard at him. He hung on and passes away.
Got the loose.
Wojcinski towards half forward, Enright. Kicks from about 75 metres out, down towards full forward, but Archer gets back into the hole, takes the mark.
Tom, you grabbed him.
Sinclair in the back pocket and in the shadows. Good game in the first half, getting better. Grimmer.
Just the difference when the two sides are coming out of defensive 50. Kangas come out with so much ease. They get it to the halfway mark and they've had no pressure. Conversely with the Cats, when they come out, it's 3 or 4 possessions before they get outside of their 50.
Wells finds Harvey on a searching lead. And Harvey is at the interchange gates. He started this game so well. 3 first-term goals. Lit the fire under the Kangaroos. They're being challenged now, though. Swallow.
He's had a good day too, Dennis.
Impressive. Across the ground, the sun could be a problem. Archer's got it to Watt. They've really spread themselves around the perimeter. Watt goes for distance. It wanders towards the pocket. Is that a free kick? No. Scarlett tumbles and punches the ball out of bounds.
Want to see Edwards keep his feet more. Just going to ground too often, looking for the free kick. When he does jump at the footy, we can see what he did only moments ago.
Similar sized player had some success against Scarlett last week, and Mark Williams for the Hawks. Simpson, who was so good for the first half. So Geelong making a run at the Kangaroos after getting 44 points behind. Stakes pretty high here today. McIntosh brought it back. Did well. Swallow down low.
Paul Chapman just came off. Gary Ablett back on it. In fact, Chaplin's had the most possessions of anyone for the third term. So no surprise that the Cats start scoring. Chapman's getting his hands on it.
Milburn to Scarlett. So the Cats to build. Oh, Johnson.
That's just perceived pressure, that.
Scarlett. Careful to Mackie. Now Mackie can run on and go to Mooney. Good kick. They're building. They're building to Corey. Corey with a long one, and he gets good distance. But Archer, who's going to get back into that hole, I reckon, a whole lot in the second half, does well to Harris.
To Rawlings then. To the wing. Edwards. May in fact be coming off, but he's got the football. Right on the wing. To Adams. Was that 15? Yes, it was.
Good debut too. He's been tough, in and under.
No surprise, they knew that was coming. Rawlings called not 15, played on to Harvey, who sends it down towards the pocket. Egan just drifting across, aided by the men on the ground. Prismal, and now 50 metres against Grant.
Shannon Grant not happy with that.
No, some debate going on, but umpire McLaren will win the day. They always do. Here's Johnson inside the centre square, sends one high. In front down there looking for a free kick. Watt fell over, said the umpire. Now they've got a problem. Harris gave it to Sinclair. Hot potato. Just inside the 50. Barco tries to emerge with the football. He's taken down. Grimmer falling to the ground. Harris over the top. Harvey in space can go again and does. Sinclair needs to be careful. Green running out of space. Ooh. The old Irish whip. Let's get down to Tim Watson.
Glenn Archer's picking up Stokes. Stokes is playing in the wrong position. He's pushing up the ground, which means Archer's just letting him go, and then he's pushing back to be that third man in the contest. I think Stokes has to position himself deep inside the forward line.
Well, just a moment ago, Tim, he actually got free of Archer, and they couldn't quite get the ball. Simpson free kick.
A couple of hard sort of tagging plays on each other. Ling is on Rawlings. They won't know who to chase who.
A couple of, they do similar jobs, don't they? Simpson, 24th disposal. Edwards worked underneath it by Scarlett. That's not a good result for the Kangaroos. So the last couple of times they've gone forward, they've been pinged off. Scarlett's kick. Mooney presenting, running hard in this turn. Now has some space. Left foot over the top. Nathan Abbott outnumbered. Archer doing really well. Doesn't panic. Still hasn't panicked. Clever. Well done.
Gee. That's brave.
Boys under fire, that was. The throwback to Anzac Day. Simpson, Sinclair. Absorbing tussle this one now. Both sides realising it's very much there. Next goal to Geelong, and they will feel they're a strong possibility. Mackie had his hand pass charged down. Well done, Swallow. Loved his game. On the wing, goes down towards half forward. Not the best kick in the world, but Grant gets on the end of it, 60 metres from goal. Brown is the long target. Grant around the man on the mark. Then steps in right. Kicks into King. Ricochets back to Prismal. He's taken down. Got a hand pass away. Adams looking for Edwards. Edwards kept it alive. Campbell taken down. No free kick. Adams comes again. Oh, great tackle brought him down. That was Kelly. Jarred out of there. Swallow once more. Grimmer 52 metres out. Upended as he kicks. That helped the kick. That helped the kick. It's a goal.
My word, that was exceptional. He was tackled, and you caught it beautifully, Dennis. We'll get a really good angle of it here. He was tackled with one of the hardest tackles of the day, and outside 50, it's actually helped it through.
I think he was plumb lined by the other guy.
It was amazing.
Got him into position A.
He couldn't do that if he tried.
Just his second goal in AFL. What a goal. Tim Watson.
Bomber Thompson's so concerned about Archer's influence in the back six. He's now sent Cameron Ling down there to actually tag him and push to the ball. He's a smart player, Cameron Ling.
So Cats run stop for the moment. Harris to Simpson. Out wide and winning the hit outs in this quarter. The Kangaroos. Campbell's been busy.
It's a very good point you make, Tim, because all day I think Bomber Thompson's been reactive to what Dean Laidley's put in place. It's not as if Dean Laidley's had to make too many moves to try and counteract what Bomber Thompson's done.
Petrie probably just won it. Harris doing really well. He was keen to get him back out there lately, as Tim said, and he's won a lot of hard ball. Simpson, little give. Swallow, who's been very impressive, back to Simpson. Up and under, trademark kick to about 30 metres. Edwards! He's having a moment in the sun, isn't he?
You mentioned Mark Williams before. He reminds me a lot of Russell Robinson. A little bit heavier than Robbo. He can jump. He's erratic. He'll go to ground. Robbo's a fantastic player. He's nowhere near Robbo's class yet, but he's got a lot of characteristics that are similar to Russell Robinson.
An important kick for him and the Kangaroos, and he's missed it.
That's what Robbo does occasionally.
So a chance gone begging, but it's still a pretty big lead.
It's bigger than the half-time margin. For all we've seen, they're up by 34 points now. It was 33 at the major break. There's Selwood. It's been like a tug of war. Scarlett. From centre half back, goes out very wide. Now 2-on-1 out there. No free kick for Nathan Ablett. 3-on-2. One of the two is very fast. This is Varco. Hand passes down towards half forward. Gibson tracks it back. Oh, well done. Josh Gibson gets a hand pass out. That was terrific. Rawlings on the overlap. Sinclair up towards the wing. Edwards again. Coming a long way up the ground in this term. Seen him over here on our broadcast side quite a lot. Drives it inside the forward 50. Scarlett stayed on his feet. Awkward half volley. Selwood did well. Storming through Kelly on the lead. Bartell. Wonderful hands. Mackey's away. The young South Australian. 70 metres out. Bacon square. Goal.
Really good play there by Mackey, who kicked the ball beautifully, but one of the first times they've been able to come through the centre of the ground, the corridor, with space and a little bit of time too. And I'm not sure that their structure is all that good at the moment. The Cats inside 50.
He's kicked 1 goal 5 prior to today, Mackey, this season. That was a beauty. Well, the first thing the Cats have to do in this quarter is win it, and they're doing that just at the moment. 4 goals to 3. Harris, well done again. Simpson yet again to fall forward. Where's Edwards? He's been everywhere. Campbell, little handball. Under the pump was Swallow. Adams, very good to Simpson, who just sprayed it. Gee, Adams' hands are good, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, no surprise in Dean Ladley likened him to Stevens. Anthony Stevens goes in and gets it. He's a little bit awkward at times, but so effective.
Gee, that's just about the ultimate rep.
It is.
When you're talking about a kangaroo, isn't it?
That's right.
So, deep in attack. McIntosh over the top. Speaking of Adams, crashing through.
I want to ask Tim, who's down at the boundary line, in this situation, do you put your gun ball getters in the midfield, or do you actually bolster up your forward line and hopefully score that way?
I think you've got to win the ball around the contest, and you've got to win enough of the ball around the contest to send the ball forward at the moment. I'd like to see Archer being played out of the goal square with Ling, who played a lot of his junior football as a full forward.
Okay, Cameron Ling.
Well, Shannon Grant not having much luck with the umpires in this quarter, is he?
No. Bit stiff again there. Still, he took them on. That was the call. Chapman to Selwood. Now Ablett is breaking to the outer side. Not required. Milburn gets an awkward half volley. Or no, he got there.
So he got some numbers loose in the centre of the ground. He didn't see them.
Now Selwood has run on. That was a terrific mark by Milburn. Didn't think he'd get there. Selwood under pressure. Kicks it inside the forward 50. There's Ling. In his hip pocket was Archer. Trying to find a way through is Mooney. Ball slow to release, taken by Harris. Gets a hand pass to Archer. Bounces one around the outer side. Sinclair outside the defensive 50 finds Swallow. He's relishing this hard-going Swallow. Short one. Simpson. Possession number 31. Down towards the attacking 50. Good mark. Well, it must be a free kick, surely. Edwards was pushed in the stomach. This is Egan. Now a chance for the Cats on the rebound.
Got to go now.
Scarlett opts to kick it. Ling's got it. Stood up though is Enright. Scarlett runs on. Clever by Scarlett. Drew a man. As a result, Ling with nobody on him. Alongside the centre circles. Inside the 50. Gibson got the side foot to it. Coming through was Ablett. Corey right on the 50. Sends it down towards full forward. Big jump down there by Johnson and rushed across the line by Swallow. And Gibbo, the finesse of the side foot.
Ricky Olorenshaw.
You mentioned Adam Simpson, how much he's getting in the ball. I've been watching him the whole quarter. Not one Geelong player's gone near him for the whole 30 minutes. I think he must have been picked up the disease at some time during the week.
Watt short to Simpson. Do you like that, Ox?
I did like that. Picked up something.
Here he is again. Dennis, you're going to get your 40, I reckon.
think
McIntosh at half-back.
Best is 41, eh? Against Geelong.
McIntosh is a really good story too.
Move it on.
Dean Laidley had a very big stern talking to, Bruce, about getting actually into the play, not getting them out wide. She's been so good the last couple of weeks.
Gee, Petrie just got shoved in the back.
Put the whistle away, the umps.
Casey Green. Milburn. Bartel to Selwood, who continues to impress, to Egan, to Ling, to Chapman. They're building again, the Cats. Kick wide, Mooney. Oh, this could be dangerous if they come off him, and they have. Swallow continuing to do well. Rawlings bangs it back. Dennis Gary Ablett's been out there for 20 of the 26 minutes for one possession, one handball in this quarter.
Came in under a cloud. Chapman. Corey couldn't get there, but favoured by the spill. Goes back. He's about 70 metres from goal. Ling wants it long. Long to Ling. Works his way in front. Almost the mark. Goes after it on the ground. What needs to be careful? How will they call that? Not exactly the cover of Abbey Road. We'll have a bounce about 20 metres out. What was that?
Against him as well. Oh, no. I gave you plenty of time to knock it out. Let him up now, Cameron. Let him up now. That's the mark there, right?
So is that holding the ball? Okay.
Didn't you see that, Dennis?
No.
Move it on.
No idea.
Dennis, how would you like to be writing the manual for young guys today and girls? The rules of putting how to play.
Even how to broadcast. Big jump by Gibson. He's got the ball just forward of right half back.
You'd be rubbing it out every week and changing it. You'd never get it published.
That's right. Long beyond the wing, and look at the players at the drop there. Spills wide of the pack. Over the football green, stolen by Chapman. High ball, Swallow goes across. Stokes came to it. Last man in the queue, Scarlett, a half chance, goes after it. And I think we'll get a whistle. No, Sinclair just emerges with it, releases it to Grimmer through the legs of Selwood. Tough in there, uncompromising. Well done. The hand pass came out from Grimmer to Swallow. Back goes Milburn to take the mark. One last chance here for the Cats. Bartel, Mackey towards half forward, and Ablett wait for the siren. So they've made some inroads. The margin was 33 points at halftime. It's back to 27. Kangaroos in control, 15-7 to 10-10.
Kangaroos just need to be brave. They've been challenged. They're coming. The Cats, they're not out of it yet. The crowd will be surely into this in the last quarter. We're right for absolute beauty.
So three-quarter time is a 27-point margin to the Kangaroos. They're 15-7 to Geelong 10-10.
Doesn't quite have the support. Up he goes. Blake beat him. Bartel's got it. Pushed as he kicked. Well done, Wells. Rawlings goes to ground. Held to him, I thought. Rawlings indicating that he can't get it out.
Good tackle, though. Thanks, Brady.
We saw Stephen King on the bench only moments ago with a heavily bandaged right arm. He's only had the 5 touches for the match. Up against inexperienced Kangaroo rucks. Needs to get a lot more of it.
Simpson loves that situation. Thumps it about 15 metres. Good tackle on Watt. Oh, that's in the back, surely. And the tackler, Corey, gets the free kick.
Stay out.
Joel Corey, by his standards, not as busy today. He's having a wonderful season. Inside the centre square, goes down towards half forward. Mooney's third term was good. Slips as he approached that ball, and it spills out of bounds.
He's picked up his work rate, Mooney. Came from the square on that occasion. Got a really open 50-metre arc for the Cats, but needs more movement at the centre half forward area.
Blake and McIntosh. Wells. Harris back to McIntosh. Now Rawlings off half back. Long ball at the back, Harvey. So the little men there for the high one, Campbell and Harvey together, and they win it out of play. So where can the Cats get it from? King, Hawkins, Stokes, Prismal sitting it out. King heavily bandaged, sort of shocking run with injuries. Hawkins, you could see him taking a mark or two and maybe helping. Blake does something he doesn't do too often, and that's kick it. And now Varco just had it spent. Kelly picked it up well. Little chip passes, missed Bartel, and then put Mooney under the pump. Ferrito should have handballed back there, the Cats. And away go the Kangaroos again. Gibson on the wrong side, but McIntosh, who we've talked a lot about in glowing terms today, takes the mark.
Some young men forging some reputations here this afternoon. Here's Green. Selwood very good. Swallow very good. McIntosh, ditto. We'll get it again here.
I think that last bit of play just typified the Cats' play today. You're going inside 50, you got a shot on goal, you need to get back into the game, and you look for the short pass.
Well, it was 50 each way, wasn't it, by Kelly? It was a nothing.
Yeah, but he can kick that distance, and that's just confidence. He needs to slot those through.
Edwards again pushing up the ground, miscues with the kick. Selwood almost got through there, spills back to Sinclair, dragged as he kicked. Goes inside the forward 50. Milburn in trouble. Strong tackle. Petrie yarded out of there. Campbell onto the loose ball. Snaps the goal. Oh, that's going to make it hard.
Well, the crowd need to get into this. The Kangas crowd are into it, and they're loving what they're seeing. But the Cats, they need that spark. We've spoken about it for nearly a half a footy now. Their body language is a little bit down. They need that person to stand up and give them a lift. Just not sure who it is.
Isn't he a great crummer, Campbell? He's a beauty.
Very quick.
So second goal to Matt Campbell after half-time. He's the consummate, complete crummer, isn't he? And the Cats in strife here. So in each of the quarters, the Kangaroos have kicked the opening goal. They trail by what they trailed at half-time. It's back to 33. Simpson, very good. Harris. And now Campbell chasing hard with Milburn. Cats, the last time they've won from such a deficit, they were 29 points behind the Kangaroos, ironically, in round one. 1999, and came from 29 points behind to beat them. But that 8 years ago must seem like an eternity right now, because they're 33 points down and struggling. Here's your man.
Simpson still getting the football. Long to full forward. Lurking at the back is Harvey. Johnson goes down now. That's an interesting call. They appear to be shoulder to shoulder. Johnson. Milburn really had his hands full with Campbell this afternoon. Disappointing kick. Wojcinski, Bartel, Blake, Enright at centre half back, chips out wide. Ablett, they've got the spare man pushing up the ground, but Ablett goes towards his brother, sliding in. Gary Ablett missed it. He looked a little forlorn laying on the ground. Pratt to Edwards meantime. Edwards to Petrie. Vacant goal square. I would put it on the ground. Campbell offers a lead. That's ignored. Long one towards full forward. Going back is Egan. Knocks it away from Brown. Sometimes players outside the arc need to think outside the square. And that time, Campbell was down there with Milburn. On the deck wouldn't have been a bad place.
Just watching Gary Ablett there drop what you would consider an easy mark for him. He's nowhere near his best at the moment. Came in with a bit of a doubtful calf. Corky.
Yeah, Ricky told us before the match that he hadn't trained with the team. Just the one disposal since half-time. Selwood on the end of it from Bartel. Good-looking kick to Mooney. Well, he just has to kick this. It's as simple as that.
First time they've gone in and they've actually had an open 50, and he led. He actually made the two leads. He came out towards where the traffic was, then he went to the fat side. And Selwood, Tim's been going on about him. I think it's his favourite player down here. Super skilled.
Well, he's had 20 possessions. He's been fantastic, Selwood. Mooney for a third goal to keep the hope alive, and he's missed. Says it all. He is a bit like that, Mooney. He teases, doesn't he? He is so close to being great. Good kick.
Thanks, Gary.
This is Pratt.
Wait for the call.
Hard running from Sinclair, ignored.
You've got to play him though, Bruce, don't you? He's one of those players that you're not quite sure what you're going to get.
Well, he was the reason they got back in that third term. He was terrific at centre half forward.
This bloke's getting better too as each quarter goes by.
You'd like to know how many stats on either wing. He's really pushed up the ground. McIntosh. Now Grant, 75 metres out. Set sail for home. Bartel arrives. So did Brown. Locked him up. And poor old Jimmy in trouble.
Their tackling today has been as good as any tackling side this year in any game. They just haven't given Geelong any outs whatsoever. They've just belted Geelong up here. They've come down to their own ground and belted them up.
Petrie grabs it on the bounce. Still a live football in there. This is the rule that's got us a little confused. This time it's going to be a bounce.
And Mark Thompson's press conference after the game, it'll be the first thing he will say. We were beaten for toughness.
Well, he hasn't lost yet. Milburn to Mackie. High ball, Edwards backing back, bounces off his chest. As if McIntosh hasn't done enough work, he has to run back towards the boundary, and then it teases, it goes out.
There's plenty of time. They just need to find a way home, don't they? They need to get the scoreboard ticking over right now, the Cats. They pride themselves on winning at home.
Yeah, against you, Adam. You looked straight at him and blocked him from running at the football. Right on it.
So Johnson short to Chapman. Had a fabulous third quarter, Chapman. Good game. Mr. Consistency. It's a beautiful kick. That is a ripper to Kelly. Kelly quickly on to full forward. Where's Mooney? It's a bouncing ball. Ling and Archer. Free kick.
Had to be. But Timmy Watson wanted it. He wanted him out at full forward. He played his junior footy there.
That wouldn't have looked out of place 8:30 on a Tuesday night.
Dancing. Ling to keep the hope alive, and he's done it. Well, I think as you said last week or the week before, Dennis, there's still a pulse.
There's still a pulse. It's a faint one, Bruce, but it's still there.
And they got their chief tagger down at full forward, hoping for a spark, hoping for someone to find something. Back in the centre, though, this is where the Cats, if they're going to get back into it, have got to get the ball out and get it going forward. I like Chapman in there.
Margin back to 27 points then. Still gettable, just under 14 minutes to go. One down by McIntosh decisively. 36 possessions now for Simpson inside the 50. Milburn did well. Bartell pushing up the ground. Indiscriminate hand pass though. Sinclair sends it out to Campbell, who's tracked by Enright. Simply too nimble. Comes back around. Centering kick. Milburn did well with courage. Advantage is paid. Scarlett to Mackie. Plenty of Cats there. Bartell to Chapman. Goes to midfield. Good balance by Nathan Ablett. Knocked it forward. Chapman in the grass. Back to Nathan Ablett. That's holding it. No sense of awareness there. Immediately Adams has got the football. Smothered off the boot. McIntosh. Back to Gibson. Gibson with a slow kick down towards the attacking 50. Edwards. Clever, deceptive, gave it to Green, goes towards full forward. Harvey almost the mark, chance for Adams, he slides in, couldn't control it. Harvey, 3 first-term goals, has this one smothered off the boot, bounces across the face. Bartell comes away and the Cats a chance.
Might have been a bit lucky there, the Cats. Adams got a high one. Selwood again as the Cats go forward. Just not their day. Ferrito's been outstanding for most of it. To Grant, growing as the match goes on. Egan hasn't had a lot of the footy today. Only as far as Sinclair. Sinclair to Campbell.
Gee, they've built that wall up really well. The Kangaroos, they've put so much pressure on them coming out. And it makes it easy when you're attacking from your half forward rather than half back.
Well, both Adams and Campbell off the rookie list because of the injuries.
They're exciting, aren't they?
It's been a good move to put them on the senior list. And he kicks it from 52 metres. It's close. It's off hands. Edwards searching for it. Little handball. McIntosh tries a check side. Doesn't quite get it. Harvey with courage. Chapman terrific. Down to you, Tim Watson.
Nathan Ablett's just been taken off the ground, though. I feel they haven't had anything across centre half forward in this last quarter. It might be a time to bring Cam Mooney out to centre half forward. Hawkins has replaced Nathan Ablett and push him into full forward.
Paul Chapman, best seat in the house, couldn't believe that last one. Mackie over the top. Selwood has been terrific. In trouble. Harvey to Swallow. Swallow goes in and bite on that.
That's his second for the afternoon, and once again another goal resulted from good tackling. Watch the replay here, just the way that they're able to put pressure on the ball coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4 tackles, and eventually it bobs up. They just haven't been strong enough in those contests, strong enough to actually hold the ball, get it out to a player that's free.
"19-year-old Andrew Swallow in just his 18th game, really making a statement here at Skilled Stadium."
Knock it out. Handball out.
Chapman still trying very hard. Bartel ridden into the ground.
Handball.
It's just so hard to get through. The Kangaroos are as ferocious as they were at the start. Wojcinski on the end of it. Doesn't quite get the spiral, but he does get the distance. Pratt kicks it away. Rawlings chasing hard. It's been given the job on Varco after Varco had excited this crowd earlier in the match. And the boundary throw in.
It's a good crowd though.
21,000 here. Looked very threatening prior to the start of the game. Chapman yet again slings it to full forward. Good mark.
There you are, Josh.
So to go the second half, Cam Mooney.
Oh, he's been terrific.
The only tall cat to really stand up. A couple of his decisions that he has made, Dennis, have been questionable, but his endeavour, he hasn't given up.
He's been very, very good. He just needs to finish here to kick his third, and he does.
Good result. Well, if it was last night, Bruce, you'd still give them a fair dinkum chance because they were scoring goals so quickly, but it's been pretty hard to come by down here. The conditions on the ground, they have been drying out, but it's still a little bit of slipperiness underfoot, and to score those quick goals is pretty tough. But they haven't given up, the Cats.
Both these boys disappointing days today. The margin 27 points. We've seen that various times, but they haven't got closer than 27 since the 17-minute mark of this second term. This is a barrier for them. Petrie out of the middle, touched off the boot. It may remain a barrier. Wells drives it inside the forward 50. Edwards came hard. This could be a mark. Stops on. Harris told to play on. I would have put the umpire in a situation there, if you don't mind me saying. Socket off the ground against the post. Brown behind. I tell you what, that might have been a mark if you stopped.
It looked the 15, didn't it? Scarlett, Wojcinski, his trademark run. So can Geelong break that barrier?
Just got to go at all times now.
Corey was through the centre. Chapman yet again. Measures it for Hawkins. He's had a quiet one. Varco couldn't quite. Mooney back turn. Handball. Back to Prismal's been quiet. Bangs to full forward. Good kick. Ling, nearly. Free kick again.
Well, the super coach.
So Ling to bang through his second for the quarter.
When you've got both arms around him, and he can't mark the ball. I don't know, but he spoiled the ball.
A polite conversation. So the Cat's still alive.
And Glenn Archer was whispering to umpire McLaren, I still spoiled the ball. Don't worry about the two arms around in the headlock and both feet wrapped around him. Still, he didn't spoil the ball either.
That's one place where you could go off, because the 50's not going to kill you.
When you're a player, you just think that you've seen it, you know it. Camera doesn't lie.
Well, the Cats are rolling. It's down to 22 points now. 9 minutes to go.
Okay.
As if they were talking about cucumber sandwiches.
He was very polite, wasn't he?
He was very polite. Back in the middle, King deflects it down. Swallow taken down immediately, held to him. 89 to 111. Ricky Olorenshaw.
Well, it's a big loss to Geelong at this stage of the game. Gary Ablett has just come off the ground and he's spoken to the doctor about his left groin. So he has looked a bit sore all quarter. That could be a big loss for them.
Hasn't had a good day. 15 possessions. But none of them really up to his normal class. Hasn't punished the Kangaroos today.
Both Ablets sitting on the bench.
Wide of the pack. Oh, well, that hurt. That really hurt. Grimmer is down and, well, he was in some pain. He's been penalised.
Well, this is a big play, this, for the Cats.
Absolutely. Kelly, Corey goes for distance. Long bomb down towards full forward, and the mark is taken down there under no real pressure by Green. His man slipped over.
Not easy to get Chapman out of the play either.
Harris, the defensive side of the 50. Behind play, Chapman being placated. Here's Selwood, who's been wonderful. And again, wonderful balance. It seems the family Selwood want to make a statement. The hand pass comes across to Milburn. On it goes. Johnson to the outer side. Enright. Enright the chip. Selwood. Gee, didn't he cover some ground?
Did they got a sniffy of the Cats?
Oh. He has sprinted 60 metres to mark that one. 70 metres out. Too high. It's a hard way to stay where you were.
And the umpire was poised to say incorrect disposal then.
Not three. It's off.
Swallow and Selwood.
It's a reversal off the ball.
Only Mick Foley would do
It's a
that.
reversal off the ball straight to him.
Well, this is really going to hurt the Cats.
Oh.
Who's the culprit, do you know? I didn't see it.
I think it was umpire McLaren.
So McIntosh gets it from Swallow. Kicks to Adams. Enright with him. Free kick paid. Advantage given. Adams to fall forward. Oh, Scarlett. That was close to a free. Shannon Grant can't buy a free kick. He's been buried alive here at Skilled Stadium in the second half. He's still on the ground.
He's got the knee in the head, Shannon Grant.
Well, who knows, Bruce?
Here's Corey. Floating, Archer underneath. Stands his ground.
Archer, McIntosh stretching, but again he's played. Rawlings, just get the feeling if they can steady for a few minutes here, lock up the game, or better still score themselves, the Kangaroos will be home. Wells around the outer side, centres it prematurely, reaching over the top there. Petrie sliding in was Milburn. On his knees, Milburn digs it out. Kelly over the top. Mackey did well. Now the Cats across half-back. Corey. Mackey towards half-forward. Nathan Ablett outnumbered 2 on 1. Spills behind. Stokes with dash. Brilliantly done. Spins out of trouble. Nathan Ablett set a task. Gets it across to Kelly. Kelly stood up in the tackle. Down went Simpson. In goes Archer. Archer is bundled over. Falling on top Bartell. And the umpire decides to ball it up.
It's a shame that it takes to the last part of the game before... No, that's not too bad.
Well, around the ground, though, in a packed situation, that's in the back, isn't it? You
It
fall
is.
on them.
Not for Shannon Grant, though, Dennis, you've said. It's a shame that the Cats have taken so long to actually get their work rate and intensity up.
Hold, play on.
Bartell to Kelly. Do you reckon Steve Johnson will get a game next week for the Cats?
So they've got the big vote on Monday, Bruce.
Corey to full forward. Can Ling do it again?
Oh.
He's got another one. It's all too easy, Dennis.
Well, he's done this all his life.
Well, that's...
Take him away, Brady.
Well, that's got to be 50 because Ferrito threw his mouth guard like a Russian discus thrower, and I think got a personal best.
Oh, that's a free.
No doubt.
Can't
No
complain
doubt.
with that.
No. Watch Ferrito after that, though.
So it's not only Glenn Archer that likes to get up close to Ling. They all fancy him. He's kicked the third. Still a hope.
Yes.
How big's the next centre break, Ox? How big is this?
Huge, huge, and it'll be very interesting to see who actually goes in. King's into the ruck. Haven't seen much of him. He'll come in. Bartel's in there also. So they really have to get the ball out here. I don't know why you wear a mouth guard anyway. You can't abuse.
Ferrito, not a happy camper down there. Ling doing tremendously well, as Tim Watson suggested he may. Now watch this. I presume from here on in he's playing Son's mouth guard. You wouldn't want that one back. 8 of the last 11 goals to the Cats. Back in the middle. The Cats are surging. 16 points the difference. McIntosh, brilliantly done. Onto the loose ball. Wells launches one. It's off target. Behind, marked across the line. Dean Laidley would be feeling this. There's Milburn. So much relief last week after that win. Enright. Again, a lack of awareness. Again, the pace of Wells, a determining factor. Ran him down.
That's a super chase, and Dean Laidley would be saying, thank you, Daniel Wells.
Yes, well, Steely Dan are coming to town. Speedy Dan is on that wing, the short one. This is McIntosh. Little chip to the pocket. Edwards, stretcher, should have marked it. Out of bounds, boundary throw in.
I think he agrees with you too, Dennis. Your life wasn't meant to be easy. Gee, Dean Laidley can't get an easy one. Last week against Brisbane, Gary Ablett coming back on for Varco. So one last roll of the dice by Bomber Thompson with Ablett.
Well, they got it here too.
They worked it well, the Cats. They really did. Selwood runs hard. And now Corey. Interesting. Well, he tried again. He runs his full measure. Floats it. Poor kick. Gibson waits. Mooney gets him. Interesting decision now.
No chance. Take them straight away, no chance.
No prior opportunity there.
Well, this is a massive clearance coming up. If Geelong can manufacture a goal here, it's game on for sure. Enright, difficult ball. Ran away from him. Went straight to Sinclair. It's like a puppy dog. He just called it over, didn't he?
Just whistled.
It'd almost be a shame for the Kangaroos to go down. They've fought so hard for so long. Yet to catch. You knew they were always going to come back.
Go down there and sit with Tim Watson and tell the crowd that.
Oh, no. They were waiting for Tim to get down there.
Over the shoulder from Archer, taken away by Wojcinski. Clever kick back to Corey, having a real influence now. Joel Corey goes long towards the pocket. Ling is the target, spills out of bounds. Wasn't held that time.
Are they optimistic down there, Tim? Brown's just been brought onto the ground. He will play as a free player across half-back for the last 4 minutes.
Well, the Cats who spent the second quarter coughing up the footy like a giant fur ball, regretting that now, but still a chance. The clock their enemy. Brown, a hand pass away. Grimmer. Oh, well, that's too high, surely on Selwood. No free kick. Well done by Grimmer. Gave it to Simpson. Bartel works through the pack. Got the hand pass back from Ablett. He's kicked the goal. He's kicked the goal. There's still ample time for the Cats to win it. Jimmy.
Well, Dean Laidley has got a nervous 3 minutes, 26 seconds left. Got to get the numbers back. And sometimes when you start putting the numbers back, it works doubly against you. So, just got to stick to what you've been doing. That's winning the hard ball, winning the clearances. Get your hands on it first and get it inside your attacking 50.
Coming home hard, the Cats. Bartel, 3 goals, 25 disposals. They're finishing with a rush here. Blake, such an important centre break. Harris, Sinclair, out wide. Just how do the Kangaroos play this now? Tim Watson, what would you be doing if you're Dean Laidley? Would you be stacking the defence or wanting one more goal?
No, you've got to stack the defence in a situation like this. And I think what Geelong have to do is they've got to send another player forward. Even if it means that they clog up their own forward line, they've got to get one-on-one contests.
Do a West Coast, Tim.
Absolutely.
Here's Wells, who has been so good today. Petrie bangs it inside 50. No free kick that time to Edwards. Grant chases Johnson, but for the Kangaroos at least it's at the right end of the ground. Ox, your top four.
Simpson set it up in the first half. Selwood's been, without a doubt, Geelong's best. Harris, he's just tough and under. And McIntosh, well, he's been the link-up play, almost roving today.
Great result this for the Kangaroos. Another bounce. Joel Corey, 8 possessions in the final term, 5 inside 50s. He's been pivotal in this revival, along with Jimmy Bartell. Petrie knocks it down. A scramble. Simpson towards the boundary. Harvey needs to take it out. He could have kicked that easily enough. He waited for the tackle to consume more time.
Just not a place that clubs fear anymore coming down here, down to Geelong. It's used to be such an advantage for the Cats, but last year they won 4, lost 3 and drew 1, and looks like they may be in trouble in their first game here again in 2007.
Ball was knocked out of his hands.
Another bounce. Clock down to 2:25. They need 2 goals. They've got time.
Good contest.
Wrong end of the ground though.
Holding Selwood, your kick.
Selwood getting a free.
Selwood kick.
Well, this is the most important play of the day now.
Too many Selwoods. The umpire doesn't know who it is. It's just a Selwood. He breaks away from half back. Terrible kick though down towards half forward. McIntosh needs to get across and to a Simpson. Archer needs support. Simpson, Archer. Simpson inadvertently knocked it back to Archer. Kelly got it out. Well done. Gary Ablett's away inside the 50. The canster dives forward and takes the mark. Some days this man is raving sane.
Well, he's getting back quick, smart, but he's got to take his time with the kick. He has to kick it, or they are no chance.
Terrific. The service generally has been on the half volley. Needs the straight kick, Mooney. It falls away, but I think... No. I think not.
That hurts.
Okay.
Well, A for effort, and he's really put in big time, particularly after half-time. Just a couple in the last quarter. He could have had 5 and been the hero. He's got 3 and been good, but it looks like being good in a losing team. Still one last roll, you reckon? They need every bit of luck. Gibson good. Kangaroos will try and play it smart. Petrie, Enright. Important this. Scarlett, they build again. Corey so good in this last quarter. Not quite Jimmy that time. Brown. Well done. Simpson, quick kick. Wide. McIntosh, couple of heroes there. Simpson and McIntosh together and down the line. Good kick.
Beautiful.
Rock solid down there. And they've had that get-out player on the wing all afternoon.
Play on, play on.
Sinclair offers. Petrie ignores. It's like a bomb. Very high ball. Big pack at the drop. Camped in front. Well done, Swallow. Knocked it out. Here's a chance for Sinclair. Feeds it back to Swallow. What a game this young man has played. Found a way through. Consumed some time as well. And not the silliest hand pass in the world. Out of bounds. Clock stops. Down to 20 seconds. The Kangaroos are home. What a win.
Huge win. Huge win.
They've come here with an appetite this afternoon. A monkey was off their back, and they've played accordingly. This will be one of the club's finest victories.
It was one of relief last week against the Lions. Today it's one of real pride because not many people gave them a chance down here.
And they finish with a flurry with one last goal. Perhaps they can. Wales does it.
What a win.
That's cream on a beautiful cake if you're a Kanga. 18-10 to 15-12. Well, it's a great game of footy, Ox. It was just a great game of footy for Dean Laidley, who has been hammered. He has been hammered this year. He'll be smiling. Well, just a little one.
Try and tell this side what passion is all about. They are just a very, very good side under pressure.
You've only got so much to give in a game of footy. Haven't you, David? I mean, it's 100%. It's where you give it. They gave it early, and he said we ran out of legs at the end, but almost to be expected.
Oh, no doubt. They put their body on the line. They were just too hard and too tough.
Join in the chorus.